Excuse me. That's much better. Yeah. As said, like this is like the second time I can skill. Like with all of my characters, I just don't see them because I like walk around in incognito. Now without the crew, like I've got in a tavern here, like somewhere in a tavern. Fender's Heart. I'm just gonna check everyone, like what. I am pretty. I am so. This one. This one. No, that was not the right one. Give me a second. Yeah, my it took like 3 hours yesterday to fix the stream. I think I have it fixed now. But like still. Oh yeah, there we go. This one. This should be right. Yeah. Yeah, so like I took like three hours yesterday to fix the stream. Or like to fix the cam and stuff. I had like the weirdest problem ever. But yeah, I guess it's fixed now. I hope. So yeah, I am in a tavern. Like I got saved by not saved. Like I was going with Irabeth. What was his name? I think Irabeth. Where's Irabeth? There she is. She's the wife of Amelia. Yeah. Anivia is the name. There we go. Oh, wrong name. Yeah, she's the wife of Anivia. And we got saved, like more or less saved by her, I guess. So, yeah, for now I have like some kind of quest which I didn't even read so far. That's another thing we do today. Reading the quest. But yeah, for now I'm going to skill like everyone. Then I gotta check out this place, like what you can do, what you can buy, and so on. And then we continue going on. Yeah, we'll start with Selena. Sela. Yeah, I have actually no idea what to skill or if I shall. Like maybe later I'll skill something else. Like maybe I skill into something specific here, but I guess I didn't see anything with paladin. So I have to probably reskill something. I don't know. I'm just going with paladin for now. I'm still not really sure how I want to build a party because I probably get much more characters later on, to be honest. So yeah, let's just go on with this one. Like, I think I can reskill anyways, like later on. So let's just go for this one now. So what did I do? Knowledge world, persuasion. For like, I'm just going athletics. I don't mind. What focus? Like, can you? I think currently she has like a sword, like some kind of sword, long sword. Is it? Is this long sword? Be a long sword. So we go with the long sword. Probably. Mounted combat. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah, we'll just go with the combat. Whenever the paladin uses their enhance to heal damage to one target, the target is no longer fatigued, is no longer shaken, is no longer sickened. I think fatigued is the most useful one, to be honest. Okay, next one. I have absolutely no idea how this character plays. Like, it's a new class. It's Spirit Shaman, Spirit Hunter Shaman. Like this class wasn't in the first one actually. It was it is kinda the same to one class there was, but it's kinda different. I don't know how the sex work and stuff. So we're just going on and we just like follow the normal path, I guess. Nothing fancy here. Yeah, trickery and low religion, okay. She has a rapier. You can even like give a weapon focus to this one. Like she can even point blank shot. She has a think she has a crossbow too. Holy hell. Okay, she has like interesting spells. Buff stuff. Necromancy stuff. Like, can she use all of them? Wait, let me just check this one. Can she use all of them? Ah, no. Okay. She has spell slots. So spirit magic, like this one is probably spirit magic. Yeah, as said, like I'm going with moderate wounds, and I would even go for like not restoration. Just go for summon. Because I'm still not sure how this character plays, to be honest. We can go for... Wait, blesses? Does she have any buffs? Like, I need buffs. There's no real buff in it. Like, not at least for more than one person. Kinda sad. Yep. There's absolutely not... Oh, remove fear. Okay, that's actually a great one. We can take a remove fear. Okay. We'll just go with this one. There we go. Wait, something's kind of off for me. Oh. Yeah. Reset my sound again. Yeah. So we're going with the Zen Archer. He's like the full... Kind of full marksman. Just like... He's just like the marksman without a pet. That's how this character feels. Character Sealer has prepared a spell, Shred Deflection. It requires a material component which you don't possess. Material components are items necessary for casting a spell. If a spell requires any such components, they would be listed in its description. Okay. It's good to know. So if this stream works for the duration of the stream, I at least know it's a cam problem. Like I tried so much things with the cam, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so we go with athletics, we're going with mobility and perception. Does he even need... Yeah, he needs perception. Let's go. Deadly aim. I think that's a good idea. If we just give him everything for the bow, prerequisite for a deadly aim mythic. There's a mythic one on this one? Oh, okay. I don't know what the mythic is actually. Like I never seen this before. Point blank master. He has longbows. The thing is, like, he has some kind of like key power stuff, which like he can punch without an action, like as a swift action, and he can still shoot afterwards, which is pretty cool. Like if someone is in melee, of course, like it's not usually a thing with a archer. But yeah, someone engages melee, let's say. Okay, we go on with this part, like this is a dirge part. One with necromancy and stuff. Nothing special here. Let's see. Due to knowledge and law skill checks. It's not too bad. Question is, what do I want to do? I don't need like... Oh, extra performance. I think I'm going for the bard stuff, like actually. Like the melodies are too good not to skill them. Yeah, let's go. We're just going for the... Well, now we're going extra performance. It's because I have like only, I think like it was 11 stacks. And it's not enough. Not for me, the bard. I think I have the grease ring already. The grease ring is great. Is there like some kind of sleep? Vanish? Not really sure. We'll go with the hideous slaughter, just because like CC and stuff. Okay, one more level in inspire competence. We have more performance. Complete. So what kind of spell books we have? Like she's... Oh no, she has removed here too, so we don't need it here. We can take... I think Bane was fear stuff. Yeah, let's go for Bane. Next one. She doesn't have a spell book, he doesn't have spells, and she has like... Not many, but some. Oh. Hello? I just want to walk away. Okay. Hey, wait. Mind if I bend your ear or something? So here's the first and most important thing. Beth gave you a crucial mission, I get that. And I know you will get the job done. I saw you in action, but here's the rub. By sending you out on an errand, we are weakening our defenses here. If they come at us while you're gone, I don't know if we will be able to fight them off. Okay. When do you think the demons will attack next? Do you want me to say and cut down? Everything seems clear so far. What else do you wish to discuss? Just ask this one. Your guess is as good as mine. It might not be here. They could attack the whole damn city. Those vermin know they've got the upper hand. And that we're going to push back hard. If things kick off here, you should know. After they attack, some things could change. Could be changed beyond recognition. So if you've got any business that needs taken care of, you would better do it soon. Do you want me to stay here and get done? You what? No. The task's far more important. You can't hold up. You're all cozy like waiting for the demons to knock on the door. We need to take the fight of them. But if those freaky try to make a move on this place, Beth will send a runner to get you. If that happens, you lag it back here, right? Because if you don't, we will be coming back to an ash pile. Got it? Everything seems clear so far. What else do you wish to discuss? The route that damned the beetle with its guide? Yeah, well, it cut the city in two, and it's kinda difficult to get across. My scouts tell me there's a halfway decent place to set up a crossing in Market Square. Not that any of them try to make it sure. But if you've got a mind to go across, I think you're gonna have to eventually. You might wanna give the square once over. A once over. I think we're gonna see you later. Later, watch yourself out there. Okay, let's just check. We got a Guam family secrets. Clear path to space for Horgers. Our first priority is finding a way to the surface. He's willing to pay generously for a guide. I think I did this already, so I have to talk to him. The people of the Canabrus place too much faith in the city as long as there's peace, which made them careless to the point of negligence. The Tower of Astaroth, known to all cities as the museum where many crusade relics are kept, has been taken over by a band of demon worshippers. There's no doubt that they were drawn to that location by the museum treasures, many of which possess intriguing magical properties. Scout of the Tower Astaroth. Irabeth does not have the number to force the demons out of the Tower of Astaroth. She prefers to confine her actions to scouting and information gathering now. Okay, this doesn't seem like a quest, but okay. Yeah, I guess I got a spy on this one. Find the storyteller. The Crusaders are seeking The advice of a strange elf who calls himself the storyteller, and if he is still alive, somewhere in the ruins of Kenabres, he must be found at all costs. Talk to Staunton, okay? He's probably in here too. Get allies for the attack of the Great Garrison. How many people are still alive in the city who can hold a weapon or cast a spell? Potential allies may be found in the most unlikely of places. Okay. Who knows when the demon will deal a final blow to the defender's heart? The next wave of attack could have unexpected consequences, and not only for the Crusaders located in the Tavern, but for the city at large. This is like a companion quest for Sela. We should find General Dory. Okay. Divided city. There should be a way to get across the rift and divide the city. According to Anivia, there's a convenient place to cross in Market Square. Okay, we just have to talk to everyone first, like that. That's what I'm doing. Stone Vein. Represent is an abundant citadel on whose high crumbling walls are still holding fast, but whose empty, lightless windows make it clear that all sight is dead. Oh, it's you. Good work back there in the Great Garrison. Name's Staunton Vane, if you've heard rumors about me. His face, which looks like it has never known anything as carefree as a smile grimaces. Just so you know, everything people say about me, it's true. What do people say about you? They say I'm a traitor as bad as Arelu Forlish. That I'm a disgrace even among the ranks of the condemned. The Queen Galfrey should never have spared me, that I belong to on the gallows. On the gallows. Why do they hate you so much? You really don't have any friends. I have to go. I need to talk to the elf who called himself. Okay, I will ask him first. Like, why do they hate you so much? You really don't know. I'm the reason why these crusade forces are holed up in fortresses on the edge of the Worldwound. Instead of bringing the fight to the demons, we used to have a foothold in the Wound, the mighty, unassailable city of Dresden. We used to have it until it fell, and it's all because of my stupidity. I gave the enemy our main citadel. I was tried. They wanted to execute me, but rightly so. But the queen intervened. She said that I should live and fight in order to undo what I have done. So that's how I live, decade after decade, fighting in the condemned. As you can see, I have fixed nothing and I earned no one's forgiveness. Are you going to spit in my face too? It wouldn't surprise me. Okay, you can literally spit in his face, okay? That's not what I'm doing. I'm going with the chaotic way, of course, like I'm usually going with the chaotic. Beyond forgiveness, you will keep living and fighting with no hope of anything better, because that's what the Queen ordered you to. There's honor in that. You give him a chance to live, so live, and stop blaming others for what you've made of your life. Exactly. That's what we're going for. Do you think you're the first to come to me with those sermons? The whole city fell because of you. How is that possible? Do you mean how? If you don't trust the word of the command, go ask somebody else, like my brother Choran. And if you still don't believe it, what's it to me? But if you're about to ask me to recount the story of my disgrace for the 1000th time, don't. Okay? So many years of the condemned, surely you have paid your penance by now. That's not up to me to decide. My life is in the Queen's hands. He falls silent for a moment, and in a trembling voice he adds, the condemned isn't the worst part. All these years I have prayed to Torak for forgiveness. Countless times I've gone to his priests, countless times I've kneeled before his altar. If so, only the father of Dwarvenkind would answer my prayers just once. Not to restore what I've lost, but just to tell me that I'm still one of his children. But it seems he doesn't give a damn about me. What can I expect from mere mortals when my own god doesn't think I deserve redemption? It's like actually right. Forget about Torah, you're just robbing Solomon. The gods that don't care about us, they don't deserve our prayers, let alone the suffering. That's it. I can't. An atheist can't understand how it feels when your god renounces you. Just as one who never loved can never understand how it feels when your beloved betrays you. Okay, I guess. Then I'm talking about the storyteller then. Storyteller, strange old fellow. That one, he used to sit with me for hours, asking about all sort of things. He never offered judgment or comfort. He just listened. At first, I wanted him and his question as far away from me as possible. But later I realized that talking to him did ease my burden a little. I hope he's alive and well. He's completely blind and feeble too. So if he's alone in the city, you probably know what that means. I do one place he might be. Look for him in the Blackwing. It's a library here. I'll show you on the map. I don't know what use a library is to a blind elf, but he loved the place. He would sit there all day and night. I have to go. On then, maybe we'll see each other again. He already sounds kinda sus, like a kinda traitor or whatever. Just weird. Here it sounds really sus. What is my personal chest? There's probably nothing in it. Good. Gambling orcs. So in trigger toes of the bar, a huge ungainly man with skin so milky white that his blue veins are visible even from a distance. His bald head is equal parts lumpy and glittered, and blood-filled eyes stare impassively out at you from beneath his pale brows. The glass in his albino large clumsy hands looks dangerously delicate, as if one twitch of those calloused fingers would be enough to crush it. A gold medallion engraved with tankard gleams around his neck. What it will be. The medal you're wearing, that's a sacred symbol, isn't it? Are you a cleric of Caden Kalian? I'm a tavern keeper, best in the city, the best there's ever seen. I pray to the best god there is. Okay. Well, who are you? Chamel Hawks. Vampire. Are you really a vampire? No. Oh, okay. Are there any places in the city worth visiting? If you mean places that normal people usually stay well away from, then there's plenty. Like the Pitaxian wine cellar. It once belonged to the Pitaxian trading house. Then King Aveti came to power in Pitax, and poverty started changing hands. Soon after the seller's shop assistance was found in a ditch, not all of him mind just said. The Mirian gangsters had taken possession of the place. They wanted to sell something stronger than the wine on the street. And they end up on the gallows. And King Aveti's number was up. So now the store stands empty and unclaimed. People say that a headless ghost wanders the place at night. Moaning ghoulishly, ooh. Okay. Okay. Any news in the city? There are demons everywhere, and you showed up. How did you end up in the Crusader city? How did anyone end up here? How did you or them? The world is big, but still there isn't a place for everyone. There isn't a place for everyone. People who no longer have a life anywhere else, they end up here. I see you're not one for talking. Okay, now show me what you have. It's just 50. That's nothing. Oh. It's just bulk selling. I'm not going to sell the weapons for now, just because, like, I don't know what's coming. Dark Veil. Today you may use this item to impart total concealment against range attacks for 1 minute. Oh, bag of holding, that's important. That's really important. This is pretty expensive. 2.5. Yeah, 2.5. Dark Omen. The wearer of this ring has the ability to cast spells spontaneously. It's got to cast the following spells. That's pretty dope, this item. Oh, I'll buy this one. It's food. Ah, first aid kit. For Sela, actually. It's a little... You know what? I'm just taking some. Let's go. We got some at least. Ah, wait. Is this like something with the scrolls too? No. But this like... That's new. It's like you see it if you can learn it, isn't it? This must be it. Copy receipt. Things like I have no spellcaster who can actually cast this kind of stuff. She can learn this already. So yeah. Like maybe there's there's no way I cannot like learn it with everyone, with anyone. Can I? Info? No. Gotta wait for a real mage. Next on the list was Hordes Squam. We saved him, so we got the money. 1,000 gold coins a year. Just as promised, you helped me back to get back to the surface, and I duly paid you for escorting me. Hordes Graham always keeps his word. Now speaking of our future cooperation. I have a job that would be perfect for someone like you. Naturally, I paid generously for your services. What do you mean for a job for someone like me? An adventure ready to sell their soul for booze and then lay there drunk in the gutter. Or do you think you are somehow different? A traveling knight, perhaps noble of heart, but without a coin to your name? No. I want the money too. You seem a reliable enough ally to me. And you did get me out of those mongrel caves. So why should I care what you do with my money once you got it? Noble birth doesn't give you the right to behave badly. I would ask that you refrain from such statements in the future. Oh, okay. So what does this job involve? You shall be my bodyguard. You see, I have good reason to return to my mansion here in Canabras. I still have. Well, it doesn't matter. It's none of your business. My mansion is a breathtaking building with a large garden of wealthy part of the city. Even before the demons attacked, every thief and fraudster in the city had tried to get inside one way or another. I shudder to imagine the state it's in now. I have little hope that my guardians were able to hold the mansion during the attack, and I expect that the servants fled when they saw the demons. Only Abadar knows what's happened there since. Therefore, I would ask to meet me at my mansion and guard me there until I complete my business. I already asked the locals. I already asked the local paladins for help, but they have no desire to set foot outside this tavern. Damn cowards and traitors. That's what they are. I'm not so sure about that. Also, please do take Amelia with you. I trusted girl more than the rest of your gang. She's of noble birth after all. Okay. Yep. Marvelous. Most excellent. I'll proceed to my mansion at once and wait for you there. Meanwhile, you don't need to worry. I know the city like the back of my hand, but do hurry unless you want me to lower your reward. What do you mean? Is like a time limit on this thing? No, it isn't. Okay.
All according to plan.
Let me talk to everyone first. There's Visaliti. Can I do for you? Who are you? What kind of help can I expect from you? First, I sell scroll. I have a lot of them, something for every emergency. Second, while you are here in the tavern, I can read one for you. Guaranteed, no surprises. But it would be better not go in the city without a cleric. I won't be going there myself. I'm too old and my powers are needed here. Who's that boy with you? This one, Kiado the shepherd, my apprentice. He's a smart boy and his fate is strong. He serves Erasteel, though. But there's still something he can learn from an old servant of Abadar. He'll be a great cleric when he gets a little older. Who are you? The Erasmus, rector of the local temple in Abadar. Temple is gone, though. And if we snooze here for much longer, the city will be lost. Do I have any chance to get this one in my party? Like, any chance? Show me the scrolls you're selling. Oh, like, here's so much stuff. Scroll of Race Dead. 6k. Insane. That's a lot of money. Let's accept magic rolls, amulet. Like, here is much stuff, but I don't think, like, I'm picking up anything right now. Holy hell, here's so many. Here's so many scrolls. Like, for real. Okay, I come back if I have some money. If the dab is already in the way, the queen will not leave us die. Oh, I hope I can get this guy as a friend. Indara. I'm just talking to the ones with names. I hope this example clearly illustrates the difference between Jistia Legionnaires from the last war and the Crusaders. The perfection, form, and spirit they were imbued with during creation turned them into parts of a well-balanced war machine. Not a ragtag bunch of individuals, but a united whole. Now tell me again why I'm supposed to be impressed by reckless assaults, where everyone is fighting for their ego and for the right to beat their peers to a swift but pointless heroic sacrifice. I'm just quietly listening to discussion. If those gists of yours or whatever had come for us, we would have their guts and garters. You think we've never fought a mighty adversary before? I would love to see you storm a 60-foot tall walking castle shaped like a gigantic elephant that carries siege fortifications on its back. And I'll have you to know these fortifications were defended by Jiskan, priest craftsmen armed with demon-bound war machines. They use the enemies you cannot defeat as mindless weapons. You should not argue with someone who happens to be the most authoritative researcher in the history of warfare, 3,000 years before the foundation of Absalom. Holy hell. Why can I can literally attack her in here? Like, what is going on? The lecture is over. Do my esteemed listeners have any question? Who are you? I am Indara, a warrior Margus and a scholar of classical warfare from Garand. I admit that I am middly offended by the fact that my name is entirely unfamiliar to you, but I'm willing to accept that this is due to Everstan's isolation from the sophisticated culture of the world at large. You've come a long way here. Why did you come here? To witness a legendary war, the confrontation between the denizens of a plain famous for its love of violence and the crusaders from every continent, united by the common goal of defending their home. An epic struggle of colossal proportions. That hasn't been particularly epic so far, truth be told. Maybe she just can't see it from here. The view will get way more epic if she stops hiding among us and takes a walk outside. What do you mean? It looks like you know about warfare than any of us. I disagree. The Crusaders are doing a commendable job at resisting the demons. Aren't you the insolent one? Oh, come on. I will agree with her, like maybe she gets my companion. It looks like you know more about warfare than any of us. Oh, am I hearing things, or did finally someone acknowledge my competence in the art of warfare? Perhaps Perhaps there's a sufficiently open-minded person among the Crusaders after all. I find myself pleasantly surprised. You've come a long way here. What is the last war you mentioned? You're wrong to treat the Crusader with such disdain. Allow me to explain. I don't care about the Crusaders, to be honest. Be my friend. I like to think of myself as an inhabitant of Galarian, and I don't narrowly identify with any country in particular. Okay? What is this last war you mentioned? Last war of Jiska, of course. A large-scale conflict that took place 3,000 years before the foundation of Absalom. It was a war against Osirian... What is Osirian? First civilizations to rise in the wake of Osirian is also one of the greatest empires of the history of Galarian, a nation of great knowledge, wealth, and power. This ancient land harbors pyramids, mummies, terrible curse, and endless sands, as well as culture steeped in proud traditions. Devout respect for the gods, dedication to communal service, and unswerving devotion to his rulers. Osirian today is just emerging from millennia of Kalashite rule and regaining the legacy of the pharaohs supplanted by these foreign oppressors. Holy hell. It must be a great kingdom. Pharaoh for Forgotten Plagues. The war that ended the legendary Jiska Imperium. An epic struggle that became the most vibrant page in the military history. Alas, all conflicts that followed it were but a pale shadow, including the one I am witnessing here. Okay. She literally doesn't care who wins it, she just wants to see people dying. Wait. Where do you find the last one of the Jiska so inspiring? Imagine legions of golems imbued with exceptional spirits marching into battle. Imagine flying cities that swoop out of the clouds like terrifying, monstrous birds of prey, who drop forces on top of the enemy castles. Picture gigantic mechanisms powered by captive and very angry demons and devils. Imagine standing in the warpath of walking citadels or having to cover your ears to block out the sound of cannons loaded with shrieking elementals. Finally, imagine the ultimate weapon that defeated the Jiska, the deadly night plague. This affliction was an attack dog, a trained epidemic that tamed pestilence, striking only with those who its master wanted to kill. Imagine all these terrors and understand that no flight of fancy can even come close to the horror of the nightmares that they made real. Okay, this sounds awesome. How much? What do you know so much about Lycia? I could say without false modesty that there is no more authoritative researcher on Galarian when it comes to the history of warfare 3,000 years before the foundation of Absalom. I've dedicated my whole life to this subject. I've personally visited old battlefields and studied the most mysterious and forbidden archives containing chronicles of ancient wars, sometimes risking my life in the process. I saw a fallen sky city of the Shori Empire with my own eyes. I ripped out the control crystal from an Seminator-class combat golem that guarded the Jiska laboratory with my own hands. These fingers held the glass flask that the servants of Pharaoh of Forgotten Place used to create in the first generation of pestilence that devastated the Jiska Imperium. How do I know so much? I saw and touched everything I am telling about. Okay, there was like much reading. Gotta drink, sip. So you are wrong to treat the Crusader. No, that's not what I'm telling you. Why don't you join the Crusaders and show them how fighting should be done? No, I'm an historian, an analyst, a theorist. Do you know what these three words have in common? They describe a mortal woman who does not participate in the conflict upon which their thesis will be founded. But then again, I will hardly be able to describe this mess as anything other than a feeble likeness of the last war of Justica. The more dangerous the upcoming scuffle is, the more motivated we are find clever and pretty words to justify not actually doing the fighting. Oh, so all the time I've wasted to not get it in my team. Come on. I don't have time for idle chit-chat. But like blickering in a dirty tavern was the heat of my aspirations. Okay. Well, it was sad. I didn't get anything out of it. Let's just read. Well, let's just read it later on. I will take my time to read it later on. Who's Hilo? Greetings. I am Hilo, venture captain of the Pathfinder Society. Oh, is this like a merch guy? It's like the merch guy? I'm the superior office among Pathfinders in the region of Mendev. However, the society is running almost no operations here right now. Besides me, there are almost no Pathfinders here. Actually, I'm only stuck here because of an old feud with a demon worshipper known as the Spinner of Nightmares. I have to work alone without the support of the society. But I've made a lot of acquaintances among the local mercenaries and daring fighters. If you need any good fighters for an honest cause, talk to me. Paladins and I need a good training. I need brave and experience. Okay. Okay, I need 4.5k for a merc. That's good to know. Good to know. I think they are probably pretty cheap at the start again, and if the further I get with the quests and stuff, and the further I develop in the game, they will be probably expensive as hell again. Okay, so my comment is I need a good training. We will get a great mentor from Absalom. The first year he will train your fighters free of charge. Oh, that's retraining. That's retraining, okay. Know more about you, what I just don't need to know anything. I'll probably find this guy more through the whole story. Okay, tell me about the Eagle Watch. It was a small order created to fight not only demons, but also the enemy within. To maintain the purity of the paladin ranks. Prevent heresy and identify spies. It failed miserably at that. The Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth infiltrated it and formed their nest within its ranks. After the Queen entrusted me with leading the order, Anivia and I practically built it from scratch. We got rid of that weight and people who weren't committed. We organized ways to transmit messages and orders to safety. We introduced reliable ciphers and we found tested allies around the city. From crusaders, orders to street beggars. This was my personal crusade to purge the city of the Templars who had infested it, and I thought I was winning. I could feel it. We were so close to driving the cultists out of Conabras, but it's hard to admit, but those successes didn't count for much once the demons entered the city. Okay. If it wasn't for you, there wouldn't be a headquarters at the Defiant's Heart. The cultists would have served up the city and on a platter to demons. Exactly, injury and spying means nothing when it comes to honest fighting. Success when you got to the up to the surface, there were more cultists in the city than crusaders. What exactly was the order doing? I don't want to be mean. Chill. Yes, it's true. It's a good thing we achieved something. Thank you. Allow me to ask you a few personal questions, I guess. Where are you from? I'm in Canabras. I grew up in a farm just outside of it, but my way back home lay at the end of a long and winding road. It took me years of traveling through foreign lands before I came to be where I've always belonged. How did you become a paladin? I don't much like to remember it, believe it or not. The story of how I became paladin is also the story of how I failed to become a knight. My parents were crusaders, made their souls stand together in Ayumede's celestial army. When I was born, they retired from the war and started preparing me to continue their legacy. But my father was an orc. He would be pressed to find a calmer, wiser, and more pure seven of the goddess than he. But still, all his life, he was dogged by sideways looks and whispers. When I grew older, it was time for me to serve. I decided anywhere but Canabras. That was where my father had served loyally, and his only reward had been injustice. Beside the witch hunters led by the honorable prelate Ulrun Shapok, whoever it is, Canabras' famed prelate, first gained the trust and admiration of the city's people by organizing inquisitions against suspected demon worshippers and witches. Huldun and his force of elite, the witch hunters, exposed dozens of cultists and spies, and it is said executed many more under suspicion with no real proof. These events started the Third Crusade, widely accepted as the least effective and most self-destructive of the four crusades. Still, Huron evoked respect and admiration in the populace, as well as fear, and agreed to guide the city as its prelate. Why is this on? Yep. During the First Crusade, holy warriors streamed into Medev, where they encountered Sarkurians practicing their unique druidic faith. Crusaders mistook the wooden idols and rustic rituals for evidence of demonic influence. Groups of witch hunters emerged from the disorganized chaos for the First Crusade. These witch hunters were often self-styled, their tactics little more than brutal, trial and error. The least bit of evidence could mark a target for investigation. A club's foot, a thick accent, or even a suspicious absence of abnormalities. The witch hunter groups gained reputation for being cruel and arbitrary, although these weren't always deserved. Demons ranged freely across the Worldwound and often spilled into Medev. Demonic possession did happen, though not nearly as often as the witch hunters claimed. Genuine witch hunters used divination, magic, and cautious investigation to draw out and destroy fields. But they were rare compared to the zealous inquisitors who burned innocents at the stake. With the advent of the Fourth Crusade, the authorities took strong measures to end the bloody witch hunts of Mendev. Since then, the frequency of hunts has dropped considerably. Okay, that's the stalk word. Stalk the city with a heavy hand. Who knows what they have done to a strange girl with green skin? Instead, I went to, you can love if you want, but I was young and foolish. I chose Glasswall at all of all places. You can imagine how well I was accepted in a country that's been battling the orcs of Belxan since its foundation. There were many there like me. We were all treated like second-class citizens. To the locals, my green skin was worse than leper scabs. Even my brothers in faith keep their distance. I took my vows, and the goddess granted me the powers of paladin. But even then, not a single order would accept me into their ranks. It's been another 6 months knocking on doors before I realized the simple truth. I serve Iomade. By the light of the sword, it's like the same. Yeah, it's like the god from Kingmaker. Not these people. I don't have to prostrate myself before them, so I left as a paladin, but not tonight. Okay. Do you come to join an idea? I left Lastwall and went traveling. The goddess guided me, and my path led me to where atrocities were happening. I often fought in exchange for gold, but never for unworthy aims. Of course, I wandered the River Kingdoms for a few years, killing monsters by tracking down criminals. Sometimes I thought I was just wasting time. My true place was in Canabras. But I pushed those thoughts away. I didn't even want to think about going back. But in the end, divine providence had brought me to my senses. Captain in Timon, I was tracking a gang of bandits, which my employers suspected was a cover for Rasmian spies. The realm of Rasmian was once a turbulent, violent kingdom, the Archduchy of Melkat, where leadership changed as often as the years. This ended 4661 in the when the land was conquered by Rasmir, claiming to have ascended to godhood. Ooh, so much reading. I managed to find their lair, but inside I found something far more dangerous than spies. An unholy temple, Sun Kutan. Lady Sun Kutan, also known as Midnight Lord, the Dark Prince, the Prince of Pain, God of Darkness, Envy, Loss, Pain, possess one of the most twisted and evil minds in the great beyond. His position as a God of Pain is well earned. And he has been the roots of countless tortures, murders, and worse throughout time. He was once a benevolent demigod named Dubral, but was corrupted when he traveled to the far dark places between the planes and returned in his current form. His half-sister Shelyn still holds out hope that she can redeem him, though the Lord of Shadows shows no sign of remorse or compassion. When I broke in there, the cultists were about to sacrifice someone. I actually like the name, to be honest. When I broke in there, the cultists were about to sacrifice someone. The person who was destined to become my wife, Anivia, but that's another story. Oh. After I cut down the cultists, I examined their papers and couldn't believe my eyes. A network of evil cults had spread throughout all of Avestan, including Mendev. Whereas the documents clearly showed that their allies, Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth, had infested my native Canabras, and we are even among the ranks of the paladins. After that, delaying my homecoming would be tantamount to desertion. Luckily, I was no longer alone, and Livy was eager to destroy the cults as I was. Okay, it's getting too long, to be honest. Olivia and I hurried to Canabras. We couldn't trust anyone. The paper indicated that the cultists had infiltrated everything. Luckily, I had some experience in investigation, my beloved. She knew her way around working logs, tailing people, and trading information with the city's bottom feeders. Soon we defeated, alas, not only Hydra, but a few of its heads. Do you know who turned out to be the leader of the cultists? The commander of the Eagle Watch. Can you imagine while Ulrun was chasing witches throughout the city, Germany had been infiltrated the very order responsible for internal security. The scandal reached the ears of the Queen. At first she planned to disband the order in disgrace, but then she offered its command to me and put its salvation in my hands. Of course, there was one small catch. I wasn't a knight, but I was made commander just the same, skipping the usual progression through the ranks. Okay. No religion. Can't imagine the followers of Sun Kutan in alliance with demon worshippers. Shouldn't they hate each other? Yes. Feels like the law of religion is kinda paying off. Okay, wow, for 5 experience. They showed, but Baphomet's minions are masters of deception. They manipulate Sun Kutan's butchers as eagerly as Iomedes knights. The cultists from that unholy temple didn't know the true face of their associates in Canabras. We ourselves learned the truth much later, after getting to the bottom of their nest. Okay? What did the people of Canabras feel about your background? Do I need to know that? They tolerated surprisingly well. I shouldn't have been so wary. Crusaders don't tend to be just as a rule. After all, heroes from all over the world, even from other continents, come here to fight the demons. Apparently, the people were only suspicious of full-blooded orcs. There were already many like me here, and we don't have any problems. Though the locals do have their superstition. Mendev is a merciless as last war. They just have different set of victims. I kept seeing those same sideways looks and scowls, hearing the familiar whispers. But where once they used to whisper behind my back and point at me, now they whisper in my ear and point at someone else. It's so strange to be on the other side of the humiliation, to wipe the spit from your face and suddenly be invited to change position and spit at someone else. Must have figured out by now that I'm talking about tieflings. It's true, there are many of them among the cultists and few among the crusaders, and our fighters do all they can to drive away those who would be our allies. People shun them and call them a Righteuos spawn, or worse, as if they choose to be born like that. I believe it's quite a feat to rise against the call of one's blood and join forces of good. Still, most only see them as an enemy. I once saw a knight bleeding to death because he wouldn't let a tiefling priest touch his wound. Alas, I haven't been able to change this all my time with Criminabus. Like, to be honest, I have one tiefling in my party, and he's like, the personality of this guy is like way cooler than anyone else so far in this game. So, I like tieflings. They're okay. No, wait, those are mongrels. Sorry, that's not a tiefling. Well, but I like tiefling in like Baldur's Gate 3 and stuff, and I like the tiefling in Kingmaker too. So, tieflings are great, I guess. Tell me about the Nivea. Tell me about your wifey. We met in Tavern as I was wandering aimlessly from one ordeal to another. We returned to Canabris together to expose the temples of Irony Labyrinth. The day the Queen knighted me was the second happiest day of my life. The first was the day of our wedding. But the Nivea isn't just my beloved, she's my staunchest ally. We share every victory and defeat. The best of me is alive thanks to her. Thank you for saving her back then, the day Canabris fell. Before I returned, the only thing giving me the strength to protect the Genocide was the hope I would see her again. We are near death. Okay, thank you for your answers. The Wardstones, what are they? They are our greatest treasure, the shield given us by Eomada herself. Placed in Canabris and other Mendevian cities and fortresses by a herald. The chain of Wardstones forms a protective barrier that stops the expansion of the Worldwound and keeps demons from moving beyond its border. I shudder to think that will happen if that barrier falls. What is our main objective? You heard what the demon said. They are going to desecrate the water and blow up the whole barrier around the Worldwound. That would be an even worse disaster than the Worldwound expansion before the second crusade. Not only Canabris, but every city with a Watson will be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that no matter what. We will retake it and destroy it even if we must. Eomada's gift must not become the weapon of the Abyss. It's like hell. Abyss is like hell. Read already. May Eomada keep you safe. Okay, so are we done? No. There's one more guy we have to talk to. We cannot get up. His helmet looks like a bucket. To be honest, like a can. Okay, who else do we have? Like there's Lan. Personal chest. Like there's one. This guy is the last one I'll talk to. Warm Autumn Haze. Is there a basement? One of the tall, fragile-looking elf sits in front of you, eyes closed. He's as pale as a ghost, his arm wrapped in a blood-stained bandage. His blood other bandages on his body under his clothes. But even in such a miserable state, he managed to keep calm. I am Fawn Autumn Haze, at your service. Okay, who are you? My name is Fawn Autumn Haze. I've come here from Kionin, Omen of the Elven race and Golarion. Kuna's army is completely evacuated by the elves just before the fall of the Starstone. Only recently, the elves returned to Golarion to reclaim their ancient homeland and have become an isolationist realm, allowing few non-visitors into their mistrusted capital Eadara. Yeah. Because I'm a hunter, and all minions of evil are my quarry. I won't say more than that if you don't mind. We are strangers and of different races and cultures. I would rather not tell you more than is necessary. You need help? Do not trouble yourself with my behalf. A local healer attended to me. Besides, I've become resilient. I come from resilient, hardy people. My body will endure both the wounds and the poison delivered through them. Who wounded you? A sinner accomplices to demons. The quarry I am hunting in this unhospitable place. Okay. I'm Tanala. You can trust me. I might be able to help you. It would be impolite to refuse such a direct and friendly offer. Who is the quarry here in Mendelev? I was hunting a fugitive, a descarried by the name Kaylessa. Wait. Kaylessa? It pains me to admit that there are heinous malefactors such as among my noble kind. I managed to catch up to her in cannabis and I wounded her. Then demons appeared from the city, was engulfed in flames. I was injured in a battle that ensued and I couldn't free her soul from its service to the Dark Masters. So if I missearch and I hope things will turn out differently next time. Go with this one. There's no need for pity. Our ancient kind is blessed with great longevity. We gain a deeper understanding of the world than other races. We learn our lessons better than anyone. That goes for learning from our mistakes as well. I survived, which means I will be more prepared when we next meet. I wish to aid you in your hunt. I thank you, but this is my mission. I'm used to facing all manner of terrors on my own. I do appreciate your willingness to help. If you happen to meet Kaylessa, take caution. She has turned many innocent souls to the path of evil and darkness. Has rewarded her with many gifts. Her appearance alone will tell you that it is warped. The agate skin and malicious stare and the blood-red eyes, the bestial teeth. She's more than a monster than an elf at this point. I have only like 6 on knowledge word. I don't think I'll roll a 20, but I'll still try it. Failed. The skin is dark, her hair is preternaturally white. The red eyes can see perfectly in the dark. Which to my dismay, I've come to know from experience. But bright light causes her kind pain. It's an alchemical powder that explodes in the dazzling flash, and she cried out if I had stabbed her. Okay. So just go on. There's a basement. I'll check the basement too. There's someone in. Actually, someone here. Let's get the loot first, then we'll check this one. Hey. Thank you. Just give me a second. I'm just checking something here. Just one moment. Take the loot. Wolf Chief. This one too. Take this one too. Take this one. Should I just talk to the guards? Shall I help this guy? What should I do? What is this? Let me just talk to the guard. Go ahead. Don't take too long, though.
Hey, Chief! Ooh, hey, gorgeous. Come over here. I want to talk to you
Wait,
about
he's talking.
something really important.
And his voice is kind of cool.
Quit bothering the decent people in here, Woljif, or I'll knock your teeth out.
Should we give it a try again with the cam? I think I'd give it a try. No, I guess I don't. I don't know. I want the stream to die again. Okay. Oh, damn. Yeah, I guess we will give it a try again. Okay. One more. If it doesn't work, I will stay off cam. I've just seen something which I kind of tried. Quit worrying about these people, Woljif, or liquid.
What's it to you, Delvin?
Oh, I don't even need to read it.
You were told to guard me, and I'm not stopping you. But no one told me I had to shut my trap.
Okay, who are you?
Woljif Jeffdo. I deal in useful things. I can get you whatever you want. Anything. But there's just one problem.
He's in chains. That's probably it. What do you want from me?
I'll lay it out for you. Simple job, 30 minutes tops. We go someplace, talk to someone, and in return, whatever you want, I'll get it for you. Some extra rations? No problem. Armor, weapons, scrolls, you name it. It's as good as yours. If you need my help with something, whistle and I'll be there. I'm handy enough with knives too, and even my magic know-how isn't too shabby.
Okay.
What a load of guff. If you were good at magic, you wouldn't be stuck in here now, would you?
Don't you listen to him.
You got a point?
He'd find
You got a
fault with
point.
me yourself. I'll be useful to have in battle, and I'll sell whatever you want at a reasonable price. It's your lucky day. You won't meet another gem like me in Canabras.
Why are you in
Does
chains?
it really matter? Don't get hung up on the past, Chief. Don't look to the future. Live in the here and now.
Is he a bad guy? I guess so. I really don't know what I should think of this guy.
He was caught thieving.
Well, okay, that's nothing bad. It was like an unfortunate situation, probably. Your shadow, what was that?
Get me out of here and I'll tell you. And don't worry, it's not contagious.
Okay, I can't help you while you're chained up here. How can I free
That's
you?
easy. You know Irabeth? Feisty-looking gal, always wears armor. You can't miss her. She's the meanest fighter in the whole city. When you see her, put in a good word for me, will ya? Tell her there's this guy, Woljif, locked up for no good reason in the Defender's Heart. Well, for the follies of his youth. And he really wants to get out on bail so he can keep up his good behavior and make a contribution to society. You got that? Will you do it?
All right.
I knew I could count on you. Knew it the moment I laid eyes on you.
Talk later. The thief language in the Defender's Hearts asks for passing strangers to speak with Irabeth and free him. Okay, so I guess we're going on to the tavern free Wolfjit and go back to the usual stuff. Questing. Like I've talked like an hour already with everyone, so it's kinda time consuming. There's a tiefling chained up in the Defender's Art. What can you tell me about him? Wolfjit is a petty chief from a gang of tieflings corporations in Canabras. That's what we call them in these parts. They tried to rob a vendor of magical items recently. Unfortunately, we apprehend only one of them and the rest managed to escape. We have nowhere else to keep him apart from the Defender's Art. But that's hardly a prison. Wolfchief knows it too. He's been begging us for days to let him go free or have someone vouch for him. He's already asked you to put in a good word for him, hasn't he? If you want to recruit Roof and put him to good use, go ahead and take him off the guard's hands. We can ill afford to let a soldier spend their days watching over a middling thief. I hope the tieflings proves useful should you decide to take him along. Okay, I guess we will take him with us. This is a companion, probably. Like he has daggers, and he talked about magic, so maybe he's like a how would I say, rogue caster. I don't know how is it like?
Well, Chief,
how is it called?
What do you got for me?
There we go.
You must be a smooth talker. Come on, Delvin. Get these bracelets of yours off me. I'm going free.
You're sure to regret this. This tiefling will fleece you for everything you've got. Mark my words.
Nah,
You're
he's
a
fine.
bitter little man, Delvin. Petty and mean. You can't even be happy for me, can ya? I pity you. I'll leave you alone with your sad little soul. So long. And now, Chief,
I like this guy,
straight down
to be honest.
You see, I'm one of those guys that people around here call thieflings. We just call ourselves the family. After we knocked over that shop and I got stuck here in the Defender's Heart, a little bird told me that big sister Charisme wanted to see me. That she had some questions to ask me. You following? Now, she
Okay.
won't be asking me questions like, Woljif, how'd you manage to get out of this one? Or, Woljif, you're so thin, didn't they feed you? No, something serious has gone down, and I just know they want to try to pin something on me. I can feel it in my tail. So, I knew right away that I couldn't go alone. You turned up just in time, Chief. You don't need to do anything when we get there. Just stand behind me and look mean, and I'll handle the rest. Somehow. Let's go. I'll
Okay,
show
I
you
can
why.
do that. Stand behind you and look mean. That's exactly what I can do for you. So here's in my party, isn't he? Awesome. Eldrick Scar. Wait, this is the. No. I'm just Eldrick Scoundrel. I don't know if this is like the. Wasn't this the Rigongas class in Kingmaker? No, I think it's like Eldrick Sky, and it's like another class, isn't it? I think it's another class. But yeah, he has like seems like he has spells. So he has spells, and he is like he's still a rogue. That's a pretty interesting combination. Not too bad. Oh, let's see what he can do in battle. It was still the thing. Wait, I need to click it. It was I need to click that button on budge. What is this one doing? Outside. This is not opening anything. It's just I think you could like free him like this.